Step on. Likee.
Hello, what's happening? It's your boy Stanley, and I'm back here with another Boruto review episode. If you've seen Boruto 181, an absolutely fire episode. This was honestly a beautiful 8 out of 10 episode. Yes, I'm catching up with the beginning of the vessel arc. Yes, even though I'm taking my time with the manga, just reading, even though I am also up to date with chapter 53 and all that. I'm just rereading the manga just to see, because I'm also preparing a later on video for a later on time for a specific video and for the top 13 characters stronger than Naruto. So I'm just gathering evidence for that while I'm reading later on chapters, but I'm also reading it for my own entertainment and I'm loving it. A lot of differences there, but that's just what I'm saying about the manga. I might go live on just what I'm reading about the manga, but I know for a fact that I'm not going to do it because I'm mainly focusing on chapter 54, which is coming up the 20th. So be on the lookout on my Twitch stream for that. Also, when you look at the intro of episode 181 and the ending, I'm not gonna lie, it's fire. The ending provide a modern aesthetic of what if Boruto meets considered we're in the modern world. Loved it, and makes me feel more connected to Boruto in a way. And if you want to know my entire aesthetic of 181, it was fire, even though there was a couple annoying points that rubbed me the wrong way. And it's just me, man, and this whole aesthetic of Naruto. I probably should explain up just a bit more, so just you won't hear me screaming on how I absolutely dislike Naruto at this point. But I think I've literally explained so many times that I think y'all are probably sick of it. But anyway, the intro also provided more of a animated touch of bringing the things out of the manga, because I have gotten spoilers from Naruto Explained, Naxtaku, well, mainly Naruto Explained and Animals about the mid chapters around 11, no, around 45 and 35. Even though that's 135, that's like around the vessel arc, or around the Mujin backs, but more Mujin Bennett's. But going into today's episode, start off with Victor being Victor, trying to defend himself horribly, as some people would defend themselves in Among Us. The funny thing about this was that I watched. It was either 2 weeks ago, last year, definitely that's right, last year, a video made by Naruto explaining how Jigen is not the true mastermind. Not to spoil about it, there's also an extra camera if you read the manga named Code. I like him immediately. He's kind of another badass character, but just like I said in just like starting to understand now that you're starting to have badass characters in Boruto, but they're being tucked off, Urashiki overpowered. The problem is he messed up the power scaling system because he was powerful, and the writers made him use his power incorrectly or terribly to the point that he lost to Sasuke with almost no chakra. Jiraiya back in time. He was in back in time. Baby Naruto and Boruto, who's not even using the Jogan or Kamatsu. That really disappointed me. Doesn't mean I dislike Urashiki as a character. They sort of made him stagnant in a way. Yeah, we had some thing, but we know he's an Atsuki. We know he's struck a vibe to him, but the problem is they left him stagnant. There's a lot of potential that has been thrown out the park. And no, I'm saying this pretty nicely. It's fucked. They fucked it. I understand. I understand that when you bring an overpowered character into a setting that is practically you shut him back in time and making him change the circumstances back then to change the storyline now, since the manga is already in place, if you go back in time and change it, you have an alternate reality, and that's something Marvel and DC are very good at making. That's awesome. If Boruto went that route, it'll be weird, but I don't think the people making Boruto have the energy to make two separate mangas for two separate storylines or two separate like alternate realities. I don't think Boruto or I don't think this anime wants to go that route or ever, which is which I think would be good. I think that would be a good idea, but so far it's not looking as though. So it makes sense. So back to what I'm saying, badass characters such as Urashiki, Deepa. Deepa fixed up the power scaling system, but if you see anime balls named Twitch, he's practically a shit character because yes, he's a badass character that fixed the power scaling system, but we want to know why he's a badass. Why is he the way he is? My defense of that is that I won't totally call him a shit character. I mean, yes, we still are clueless and in the dark on why Deepa is Deepa, but I would not say that that we would throw him out the window entirely. We would say, okay, we respect and love his personally, but we cannot really say shit to him because we don't know something about him. Because what if we were to go to a different anime, or let's say go to Star Wars? There are still plenty of people, plenty of characters that we do not know their full backstory until later. We don't and we won't fully call them shit characters, and it's not necessarily hypocrisy or overlooking. It's more so give them the benefit of the doubt, even though Urashiki's time's up. Deepa's time's up. We don't know much about them. All we know is that Deepa, along with so many other badass characters, well, Deepa in the car had wants his wish to be filled in, and going off of head canon, it's he wants to taste everything in the world. I mean, vagina too. Why not? Or just fruit. The thing is, the thing is though, it gets to the point that you just have to use headcanon to defend him. Ishiki, same thing I've covered. Ishiki is a badass. He believes in superiority. Um he believes in power. But at the same time, we don't really know what makes Ishiki. This is where the community is blowing up over them. So back to code. What does this have to mean with code? There are a lot of things pointing to code and to him being the true mastermind along with Amato, but that makes two masterminds, not one true mastermind. That's two true masterminds. Like it makes sense for both Amato and Code to be the two badasses who like yes, Jigen is leading us, but we know what's up and we know how to deal with it. Like Amato is in control while not really being in control, and while Code is like freaking Karma Akabani in a way. So it makes perfect sense why Code or Amato or both of them are like the ones fully in control in controlling the inners in a way. So starting off with episode, like I like Code immediately. He has a funny sense of humor. I like him a lot. He was roasting Victor like no it's wrong, and then and then good old Kashin Koji he's saying with such respect, elder Victor, and then after the meeting's over, he roasts him literally, putting it in flames, which is so weird because I did get a spoiler that he was roasted in flames after he was trying to retrieve the vessel from as Kashin Koji made Team 7 retreat. Victor came in, and then Victor was roasted alive. But that was in the manga. In the episode, it looks as though Victor probably will get away for the sake of not retconning the manga, or if that's the way they're gonna put him out in the anime. Okay, he gets roasted. He got roasted in Kara. Remember, no, in the Kara boardroom, and he also got roasted literally. And like Kajikuri is a pure badass maid, and yes, relax, people. They're starting to add blood and gore, and as a Border fan who previously watched Naruto and the horror of it, my gosh, you will love it. PG has now turned to PG-14 now. It's on. Let's go. Poor Victor got stabbed and burnt alive. He gets not to break. And he said his plans out loud, and Kasha Koji was like right behind me. It was like, yeah, don't say your plans that you could put a Genjutsu on me. And the weird thing about something I know about Jigen or Ji Ishiki, because Ishiki's in Jigen for all this time, thousands of years, is Jigen's ability. I don't think it was talked about in the manga, but I feel like it would be in a novel stating that ability for them to be in a different place while in reality. So it could be a reality warping ability, but it looks more like let's say a time space ability that is so dope to the point that you could argue that you could do a lot of crazy shit with that. So far, even though Jigen is not like I hope he comes back, but so far it's just looking. I think there's so many like put to the side. Okay, we don't know his ideology, but no, he's still a badass. He's still overpowered. That is prominent. Oh my gosh. Like there's so much to talk about one, but we move. Boruto and Naruto have their match. I didn't see that in the manga. I mean, this is why I enjoyed the match so much. So I'm gonna say my pros and cons with it real quick. My pros is that I liked Boruto seeing actually use high class ninjutsu. He used wind style, lightning style, water style, just like he said in the movie. And then Naruto was then comparing to Kama. What did you teach him? Something you can never learn, Naruto, obviously. He said everyone had to work hard for you. Had it from the beginning. He said hard work beats talent, where you have the natural talent to have a fucking Jubi inside you. Okay, it's me, Kurama inside you, who gave you everything without you knowing. You naive, okay, hypocritical bastard. Yes, I get it. And so I immediately moved. I immediately moved to the cons real quick. Even though I'm gonna go back to the pros, there's much to it. There's also another problem is that yes, I know he used a prosthetic arm and is pushing and is introducing the ideology that technology is literally gray. It can be used for good or for bad. There is no down or upside to it, even though it's mostly just like a freaking springboard. It can be good, it can be bad. So, in other words, it's literally it's like a seesaw in a way. Yes, I understand that pushing the ideology, and Naruto grew up. Boruto did it just to the fact that Naruto kind of put that in him to the point that yeah, you can only use your own chakra, not use something else for good or for evil. And that just and yes, Naruto grew up. Yes, Sasuke wants Boruto to understand, but I don't like hearing it from Naruto. Mainly for the fact that he's not or will ever be consistent until he actually suffers real pain. And you know my whole thing with Naruto. Sure, the whole Jiraiya and everything, their deaths didn't really seem to impact him a lot. They just seem to be another understanding death for him because he somehow understands everyone's pain, which I know for a fact that is absolute cap. He doesn't understand Sasuke's pain, let alone Madara's pain, or even Satsuki's pain, who he wants to be free or be saved or any of that shit. Like that's just my whole premise with Naruto. Like I hope, if you see my Naruto kill Sasuke video, I go into detail why Naruto's ideology kills Sasuke mentally, not actually, because we know what happens in the manga. Hint, hint. Chapter 53. Hint, hint. But anyway, my other pros is how Boruto uses his jutsu tactically in a creative manner familiar to Minato, being smart, unpredictable. Even though Naruto, who we all know as a demigod, I will always respect Naruto as a fighter. Ideology, you know where I stand. Like, I respect him as a story character. But if I were to, but putting in the story, I'll say fuck off, sure. So in a way, yes, Naruto was holding back. I was like, okay, whatever. Because if you use one half of or even 1% of Karma Chakra, Boruto's screwed. Like literally Boruto's screwed. If you've seen, and this is common sense in anime or in anything in general. Yes, Boruto is fully skilled, and if you've seen 181, check it out because it shows some of the most proficient abilities. Because he cannot use the high compression, which then will also blow off his arm or his entire body. So he decides to use his brain, and you doing this creative shit in the battle that is super impressive, that you as a Naruto fan or as a new Boruto fan will love. especially the OGs, because when you see someone from the next gen taking on Naruto and using their brain, and yes, they lose, unfortunately. Wow, shocker. They still go out with flying colors. Like this is what I not only side with Boruto, but I feel like I relate to Boruto heavily. Yes, I took a different path then Boruto in a way. Well, he would take my path anyway. I mean, I'm also hoping for Boruto go do it on the real path. To finish up the episode, Boruto lost. Naruto somehow appeared behind him and just kicked him and said, "Nobody must learn how to see past the lies." Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Oh, shut up, you prick! You never once thought, wait, I'm talented with the Jubi because all my hard work was nothing compared to Rock Lee's." Oh boy, and and then it goes to Kanaharu Trashararu. And then Mojino, our boy Mojino, right? Rest in peace in the manga. Spoilers. As I go to check out the airship in which Kawaki was in, and the episode ends there. So the episode is quick, simple, and if I were to take out my excitement and to rate it as a episode as a whole and compare it to the manga to where I'm about to read in general, I'll give it an honest 8 out of 10. I love the music all the way. I love the I like the Japanese music in general. I love the intro bit. I love the outro bit anyway. I love the ending. It was beautiful. So so far I'm expecting to see a lot of fire. Explaining the spoilers from the manga as I just read up just for my own entertainment and mostly information. Even though I have a very good idea because I have seen spoilers. But yeah, that's all. It's been your boy Simper. Check out my Twitch for any more games, to any more reviews for and 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 for any supernatural videos because I have been low on Aspen videos, but I will be coming up with them even on this the Border channel. And there's a lot of things that will come up this. It's been your boy Sam Reaper, and we have this bitch.